host Stampers, Deb Valder here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm going to show you how to make the card in a box. And so you're going to want to sit back and watch and then try it. It's, I think, much easier to do. This one right here is the one that I'm going to show you how I did. First I'm going to show you how to do the box, and then I'll show you how to do the components that are inside. These are real dollar bills. You can use 10s, 50s, 100s, whatever you want. But these are real dollar bills. I did not use any adhesive on them because you don't want to destroy the dollars. But it's just a great way to give somebody a gift of money. It's just not handing them, you know, a check or regular dollars or whatever. It's actually incorporated into your work of art. So I did that one, and that's the one I'm going to show you how to do. Here's another birthday one that I did that's just stamped in punches. And this one is all stamped. And I'm also going to show you different ways to do this. Now this one right here, what I did was I didn't put anything on the top. On the back, I did do a little bit of stamping on the back, but most of the decoration is on the inside of the box on this one. And then I also did one of this with our celebration paper, and I'm sure some of you have a lot of that. So what I did was I didn't do extra layers here, but when you close this one up, I did do all the sides for this one. So that one is a little bit different as far as decorating goes. And then this one right here is just done with punches, and when you close it up, there's no decorating on the top. Now this is the way it fits into the envelope, so you can decide whether you want to decorate it or not decorate it, but the big wow factor is when you open it up on the inside. And then let's just go back to, I showed you this one where I decorated the top. I didn't put layers underneath it, but for the one that we're going to do today, I actually layered it even more. You see there's a layer here and there's a layer here, and then here's the actual box. And what that does is it actually makes the box so that the little flaps close once you have it all done. And then this one is the only one that can't close all the way, and that's only because you don't want to squish it too much because of the money that's inside. So I'm going to show you how to do a box envelope, and you can still mail this in the box envelope so nothing gets crushed on the inside of it. So let's begin with our box, and like I said, this is like no other that I've seen out there. I've just kind of made it very simple. You'll notice on my boxes that my back is straight, and that's to give it stability, and when you open it up, you know that that's the back of the box. Alright, so let's get started. You're going to start with your trimmer. And you're going to start, this is the wonderful thing about this. It's just a half a sheet of cardstock. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and this is exactly what you would do if you were making just a regular card, where it would be scored at 4 1/4. So that is the exact same size as just a regular size card that we're going to make. But we're going to do something different. We're going to do a 2, 4, 6, 8 box. The very first thing that you need to do is you need to turn it with the short side up on top. You're going to take and you're going to score it at 2 3/4. So I'm just going to line this up at 2 3/4. I'm going to take my scoring blade and I'm just going to score down. Now that gives us the center of our piece of cardstock this way. Okay, so now we're going to make our 2, 4, 6, 8 folds. So I'm going to slide this in, and we're going to do a couple of different things. And this is where I'm giving you a special tip, okay? Like I said, you probably haven't seen this out there. I want to make sure that I make this as easy as possible for you. Now you don't want to hand cut anything on this because you're gonna make it look jaggy, and we don't want to do that. So the first thing you're going to want to purchase is our Stampin' Up! Trimmer, because with our Stampin' Up! Trimmer, this is so easy. I'm going to take my scoring blade and I'm going to score down to that mark in the middle, okay, our center mark. Now this, I'm just going to take and I'm going to put it up at the center mark. This is our cutter, and I'm going to cut down. So I scored down. I didn't go all the way, and then I took this and I started it in the middle and I cut down at the 2-inch mark. So we're going to go 2, and then we're going to go to 4 and do the exact same thing. Score and then cut. We're going to go over to the 6-inch mark. We're going to score and we're going to cut. And then I'm going to open up my arm right here, and I'm going to go over to the 8, and I'm going to score, and then I'm going to cut. And that leaves me with that 1/2 inch that I need to actually put my box together. So we're done with our cutter. I did use it for my inside piece, but I'll show you that in just a moment. So this is our basic box right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to make all the folds. And what I tell our customers to do is, there's a good side and a bad side. Even though our cutter is good, it does leave a little bit of a lip. And what you want to do is leave that the bad quote unquote side. You want to take and you want to fold those so they're hidden. All right, because when we open up our box, the bad side is on the underneath side and the good side is up on top. Now you've got this little crazy guy right here. So what we need to do with that is to cut him off. Now, what I do is I just take and I cut at an angle, and then then it just pops right out. But the girls at my class were having a little bit of a hard time remembering which way it went. So what I did was I told them to just cut that off and then bevel it. And what that does is it makes this a little bit nicer when we fold it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to fold all of my folds in. So these are going to go this way, okay, on the outside. That's our bad side and our good side. And what I want to do is I want to take and I just want to fold with your bone folder. You want to just take and fold all of your creases. And it's really important to use your bone folder because you really want to get nice, good creases. It's going to make your box look so much more professional when you're all done. So I'm just taking and I'm just bone folding all of these so that they're nice and sturdy, okay? And then what I want to do is I want to put a little piece of sticky strip right here on my little tab so that I can take and I can close it. And I just need to grab the tape. You want to put it close to this score mark right here, and that's so that you don't have any opening when we get it. It doesn't open like at the edge. And that so you just want to get it close to that. You just want to get it close to that score line right there. Now what I want you to do, this is the best way to close this box. If you just take and put this layer down, just like that, make sure everything is all lined up nice and neat, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take this one and just put it over here and line everything up, just like that, and you've got your closure. Now you've got your back side and you've got your front side. There is a back side and a front side, and what I tell them is where your seam is, that's going to be your back side. Now what I'm going to do next is show you the pieces that are going to go on here. So let me just show you, well, before we do that, let's do our inside first, okay? So here's the outside of the box, okay? When we get it all done, these little layers are going to go down. But we need to put the inside of the box, and you can do as many layers as you want. I like to have 3 slots in there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I like to have 3 slots in there. I think you can see it. Okay, so what we're going to do is I cut a piece of cardstock, and all the measurements will be on my blog, but I cut my cardstock and then I scored it. Okay, so here's my cardstock that I cut and I scored. And the way you're going to fold this, okay, is very, very easy. Now, what you've probably seen is just little slices of paper that they slide in there. Well, you're magnifying your patience 3 times over. We're going to have 3 slots inside there, and it's all done in one fell swoop. So that's why I have one piece of paper here. To fold it, what you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to fold the little guy forward, and then the next one's backwards, so you have this little piece right here, and then the next ones are going to go forward, and then the next piece is going to go backwards. Okay, so when you're done, and you can stop and pause this to make sure mine looks like yours, it's going to look just like this. You want to make sure that this one and this one are going out. You don't want them going in like this because it won't work. You want both of these to go out, and we'll show you in just a second how and why. The next thing I'm going to do is put my silicone mat down, and we're going to take our adhesive, and I'm going to show you how to put your snail on. And now this one we used, on the box we used sticky strip, but on the actual insert, I want you to use snail until you're really good at it, because once you get good at it, it's not a problem. But until then, once you put it in there, it'll never come off again. So let me just show you where we're going to glue. We're going to take and we're going to go on the ones that are facing out, okay? So we're going to snail here, we're going to skip this one, and we're going to snail here. Now we're going to turn it over, and that's why we need the silicone mat, because we've got glue on the other side. Now remember, this one is glued, so we're not going to glue it on this side. So you see how this one is facing us? You're going to glue here, you're going to skip this one, and you're going to glue here. So when you're done, you've got glue on the outside here, on the inside here, the outside here, and the inside here, okay? They're on opposite ends. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to take and we're going to literally drop it in our box. But now what I want you to do is to find the back of your box, which is right here where the seam is. I want you to put that farthest away from you, all right? So I'm looking at the back of my box. Now, you don't want this to go in here. Last night they were having trouble figuring out which way it goes. All you have to do is know that these lines have to go horizontal to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it, I'm going to put this in my box just like this. I'm going to just pop it down just like that. Okay, so far so good. Now, you don't want these pieces to stick, but you do want these two end pieces to stick. So I'm just going to take it, I'm going to push those in there just like that. Don't worry about these. As long as they're not sticking, you don't have to worry about them. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, and I'm going to take my thumbs, and I'm just going to squish that one side so that what I'm doing is I'm actually pushing this piece right here down. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to take this and push it down. And now what you're going to do, remember these aren't stuck yet, okay, and you don't want them to be stuck yet, and that's why until you're really good at this, don't use sticky strip on the inserts, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and literally just fold it and rub and fold it and rub and fold it and rub and fold it and rub. And then when you open it up, you have beautiful lines. Aren't they gorgeous? I'm so excited. Okay, so that is our box. Now let me just show you how and what we did with the outside landscaping of the card. Okay, and what I mean by that is all the decorations. So what I did, and again, all the measurements are going to be on my blog, okay, so I don't bog this down with that. What we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to need one long piece, and I like to use cardstock and then designer series paper on the top of it, but you don't have to do that. Again, looking for our back, and our back is back here where the seam is. That's the one that we want to stand up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my adhesive, and I'm going to put that on the back, and I want you to start with your back piece, because then you won't accidentally do it here, and then when you go to put all of your little pieces in there, you realize that it's in the wrong spot. So what I want you to do is I want you to find your back where the seam is, make sure that the lines are going horizontal, and then we're going to put our back piece on. Is everybody with me so far? Okay, so now let's just make that even. Okay, and good grief, Deb. Okay, make it even, press it down, and then we're going to go on to the next. So then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of designer series paper, or whatever you're doing. Like I said, with this one, what I did was I stamped everything, and on this one I used designer series paper. I also used a backing on these, and like I said, I like to do, the more layers the better. I'm just a layer kind of girl. But the reason I like the layers is because it also helps to make the box flaps go down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to do 4 or 6, let's see, these are 6 for the outside. I got another one here. Yep, those are 6, okay? And what I did was I took cardstock and then put designer series paper on it. And what I did was they're going to go on the outsides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, we had this piece for the back, okay? So that's where those 6 pieces are going to go. And then we're going to take 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like I'm dealing cards here, okay? And they're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are going to go on the inside pieces, okay? And then our box is done. Now all we have to do is we have to just take and decorate it. So let me go get my box put together. I'll be back and I'll show you how to do the elements for this very special one right here. We've got little confetti coming out of there. We've got dollar bills. We've got some punched balloons. A whole lot's going on this one. This is going to go to a very, very special person. And you can make them as simple or as fast or as easy as you want. So just take care, or not take care, come back and I will come back in just a moment. Okay, so see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. And as you can see, I have all of my dividers in here, and I put all of my designer series paper on. So like I said, you want to start with the back piece because you want to make sure that you don't mix it up. So the back piece has one solid piece, and then when you close this, I just decorated all of these panels, and then on the inside, I just decorated the 4 panels right here. So you basically need 10 panels. Okay, there's 4 here, and there's 6 on the outside, plus your 1 long one. Okay, so that's the decorations for the outside. Now I'm going to show you how to do the elements. And we're going to start with the balloon, okay? Now you can do round balloons, you can do oval balloons. We're going to start with a round balloon, but I did do the other one that had smaller oval balloons, and that's done with the small oval punch. But you're going to need, for each balloon, you're going to need 2 circles. You're going to need a piece of sticky strip. You're going to need some baker's twine. And what I do is when I have extra paper, like scrap paper, what I do is I just punch out little things. So I'm just going to take, oh, let's get a yellow one here if I have it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, this is the owl punch, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the little foot right here, and we're going to use it for the balloon. So the first thing that you need to do is we're going to layer these things. So we're going to take our balloon, and then the next layer that we're going to do is going to be the foot. So I just need my scissors, and we're going to cut off, you don't need all of this. So we're just going to take and we're going to cut this off. I like to just cut just about that much. You need enough that it's going to stick on the balloon, but not too much. Okay? So I'm going to take my mini glue dots, and I'm going to put a mini glue dot right here on the bottom, and I'm going to add my little foot. Now you just want it so that the thing is just looking like the little balloon bottom, you know, where you blow it up and then you tie it into a knot. So there's my balloon bottom. And then what I'm going to do, my next layer is going to be my string. So again, I'm going to put another mini glue dot on here. I like layering them with the mini glue dots, and so that's going to be my next layer. And I just like to wrap that around the front. You see, like that, and then back down again, just like that. So I wrapped it around and then go right through, goes to the bottom. And then the next layer, I'm going to take one of my mini glue dots and I'm going to just hold that twine in place. So my next layer is going to be my window sheet. So the window sheet is going to go on right just like this. Okay, so now I have my circle, I have my owl's foot, then I have my twine that I wrapped around, and then I have my my window sheet, and that's cut into a 1/4 inch strip. And then I need my next layer. So I'm just going to take and put a couple of mini glue dots on the back of this, and that's going to go on the top, just like that. So now when we turn it over, we have this adorable little balloon. But I'm not done yet. What I need to do next, and you're going to do this for each color. I did it for the red, I did it for the blue, I did it for the yellow, is I took my crushed curry, which is the same as the cardstock, and I just took my sponge. What I do is I take a full sponge and I cut them into eighths, put a little bit of topper on it with the same color so I know which one I'm using, and then just label it. So that way there I know when I'm going to color that, or to use it, it's going to be the right color. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and I'm going to sponge all the way around, just like that. You can do the little end piece also, and this is what we have. Now, if I didn't sponge it, it just looks so plain, okay? So that's the difference between the two of them. You definitely want to sponge it. You give it a 3D look. It just gives it more dimension. And then I'm going to take my white gel pen, and I'm just going to make a couple of little white spots, and that just kind of accents and highlights. So here are all of my balloons. You're going to do all of them that way. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to show you the next thing. Now you don't need this long piece right here, but I'm going to show you why I keep it on there until the very end. So that's the balloon part of it. Now I'm going to show you how to make the dollar part of it. So you want real money, and you can use any denomination that you want. I'm just using a dollar bill here. You don't want to put any adhesive on here, because if you do, what's going to end up happening is it's going to rip, and then you're going to be in trouble with the Treasury Department, I think. So anyway, what we're going to do is I just took a skewer, which is just it's an appetizer toothpick. I wouldn't put one of these in my teeth to clean them, but this is just like an appetizer thing. And then what I did was I just used a mini glue dot. I rubbed it around, but then I took the oils from my hand and I kind of just, it's not real sticky, so it's not going to hurt the dollar. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to take this and you're going to wrap it around, and you're just going to roll it, just like this. Okay. Once you get it started, it goes really fast. There goes my dollar. And make it so it's nice and even. And then what I do is I take, this is a little trick and tip. I just have an old spool in here, and then I just wrap my baker's twine around, and then so I only have one hand available, so all I have to do is to just take and pull the amount of ribbon that the amount of ribbon. I do this with my baker's twine sometimes too. It makes it so much easier. And then, okay, so here's my one. Okay, if you have 100 there, you put the 100 on the top, and you can be my best friend if you do that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take and just tie a little bow into here. You can tie a knot, you can do whatever. But again, I'm doing this because I don't want to hurt the dollar bill or the $100 bill. And so if you just take and you just, you can do this with baker's twine too to match your box, but I wanted to do just the little twine. And what you want to do is you want the bow right where the 1 is, okay? Because you want to bring attention to the amount of money that's in there. So here's that. We're just going to take and trim off our little pieces. So there's part of it right there, okay? So far so good. That looks like this so far, but we're missing the flame. Now I'm going to use something, and I never throw or give away or sell any of my punches that are retired. This is from the Christmas set. Keep checking on the clearance rack because it's not in our big catalog, but keep checking on the clearance rack. It's got the cutest pieces in there. And I always tell you, when punches are available, don't hesitate to buy them. Just buy them because we are going to find more uses for them. And this is the perfect size for our candle top. So it comes with an ornament, which is this one. It has a Christmas tree and a star, I believe. So I'm just going to take and I'm going to punch 2 of these, and hopefully I don't lose them. Whoops, that one I didn't, I punched right off. Okay, so there's my other one. All right, so I have my 2 little toppers. So I'm going to take that one and this one. And what I'm going to do is take a mini glue dot, put it together like this, put it on here like this. We're going to glue them together. You just want 1 mini glue dot because you still want it to be open on the bottom because we have to put the skewer on there. So there is that. And then I have to take my sponge and just sponge around it. I think I have enough ink on here from before. And you only have to do one side when you're sponging. Okay, you don't have to do both sides. Okay, so that looks good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and I'm going to open it up just like this. Put another little mini glue dot in there, just like that. I just kind of go side to side, put a mini glue dot in there, and then poke my, remember I told you that you want to get all the oils and stuff on there, the dirt and whatever's on your hands, because it doesn't stick to this right here, but it will stick to your little flame. And then you just push the flame on the inside, and that is what you have. We're going to take and put a mini glue dot on that, and that's going to go inside our box also. So now you know how to do the balloons, and you know how to do the candles. Now what I need to show you is how to do these little guys right here, and these are just what I call confetti. And what I do with that is I take that same size punch, it's my 1 3/8 inch circle punch, and then just take your scissors, and this doesn't have to be rocket science, okay? We're just going to take our scissors and we're just going to go around in a circle. Just keep cutting around close to the edge. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can see how uneven my edges are, but you don't even notice that because you're so wowed by what this does. You see how it's getting very boingy? It's a stamping term. And we're just going to go around. And we are almost done. And you can make it as long or as little as you want. Okay, you want to leave a little bit on there because that is where you're going to put your mini glue dot and you're going to attach it to the inside of your box. And what the next step is just to add the elements of your box. So what I did first was I started with my balloons, and then I filled in with my candles. I added this, and that is from a stamp set that is part of a bundle in the mini catalog, and it's called Just Sayin', and the framelits that go along with it are the word bubbles. And this one I used yesterday. I don't know if you saw my post or not, but yesterday I used that for a cloud. So we've got a lot of things that we can use them for, but that's what I use the woohoo for. You can put whatever you want here. I mean, you can decorate this any way that you want. And then the last thing that I did was I looked to see where there were some bare spots, and I just used my little confetti on there. So that's my post. I hope you enjoyed my post. Hop on over to my blog for all the details, and come back and visit me soon. Take care and have a great day.